I was interested, so I put together a few things with regard to this water and wall situation and the shoring. And this is a topographical map, and so yeah, all this water from the road all the way down comes all the way down through, and it's just getting trapped in that corner, which is obvious. So what I would do if I were doing this is first I would bring that grade up. And that's actually a little too high because that has to be down 8 inches from the siding. So this is down 8 inches from the siding. Now that water's going this way or this way, and the land continues to fall down this way. You just have to make sure that that's built up enough at the front. But that's what I would do. I'd bring it up to where it's 8 inches below that siding against the house, and I'd carry that 8 inches down back to the corner there, and then just let this come down to where it should be, which is probably about right here. So, but this is the minimum approach of getting you down, but then you said you were going to put a little porch on there. And so if you put the porch and the top is almost level with the inside, then it's 3 nice 6.5 inch risers down. And if you wanted to drop that, so instead of there being 3 steps down, there were only 2, you would step down onto it 1, and then you're 2, 3 to the ground. And I don't know, that seems like that's just going to be a pain in the neck back in there, so maybe that just is run all the way to the wall, depending on what you want to do. And finally, once you bring this up to that 8 inches, really when it's flowing out this way, it's above this window here. And I know you want to maintain that. That's that bathroom. So I would just put a window well there, just for safety's sake. Because you can have gravel and you just connect that to the rest of your drain work. And then in terms of how to build the shoring to do this, to build your new masonry wall, I put some data through this software program, and if this happens in the summer and there's not going to be any snow load on the roof, if I just account for the dead load of the roof, and then I account for the dead load of the floor, and I've left the live load in because you might have people up there working on that floor above, it looks like this is what you can do. And I've ignored the hole because it's dead center. So what you can do is build your temporary shoring a maximum, and it could probably be pushed even a little bit further, but I tested it out to a maximum of 39 inches from the end of the joist, which is going to be 40.5 inches from the outside of your new masonry wall. So on each one of those joists, the load right here at your temporary shoring on each one of those joists, just with the dead load and the live load at the first floor, is 805 pounds. So there's some substantial weight. And then this is just a super quick little sketch of what I would put together if I was having to put together drawings for this. I looked this stuff up, and with the height of that fill, this is your minimum vertical reinforcement. And by the time you reinforce around all of these, I just have the whole wall full grouted. And then your minimum vertical reinforcement is number 4 is at 48 inches on center. And a person may as well just run number 5 if they're doing the drilling, etc. And those vertical reinforcing bars need to be set toward the inside of the wall, where there's at least 5 inches between the face of those and the outside face of the wall in both directions. And I would think that you have to replace this 4 feet at least here. And coming back here, it's probably a little flexible once you get to here, but I would think that the maximum would be to this corner, which should have held, and you could check that yourself. Which if you do that, then it's 1, 2, 3, 1 on either side of this window, so 4, 5, 6, 7 vertical bars, and those are going to be about 8 feet long, because those need to be set into that existing footing 3 or 4 inches. And so then there is your new temporary shoring back here, and you can do that one of 2 ways. Either you can put a single 2x4 under each one of these joists. If you do that, I would have a plate on the floor. I would have a plate on the floor either way, and then verticals under each one of those joists, so it's 16 inches on center. Or you can just put a plate on the floor and then 2 plates on the ceiling, and then you could just run a vertical 2x4 at 24 inches on center. I would just do that all in screws, so you can just reuse those. So I was curious about this, and this is why I worked on this and put this together, to see how far those things could be cantilevered safely for during your construction, which that's a lot of space there. So you can use your own judgment in terms of that 3'4.5" from the outside face of the wall. And the rest of it, that outside stuff, that was just fun. So I'll talk to you soon, and good luck with this. Feel free to call if you have any questions or need anything.